Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is the final lesson that we are going to cover here in the iron smelting and engineering course. We did mention that the main reason why we were talking about how to make our own iron is so that we can be able to make our own tools that we'll use without having to go to buy them from other people. Remember that when you rely on buying on other people for raw materials and tools for your business, they are going to keep on charging you what they want, and you will unfortunately have no choice but to transfer those costs to your consumers. When your consumers suffer, they are also not going to be in a position to support your business in future because your prices will be too high. So to reduce to keep up the cost of our goods, or the price of our goods rather, as low as possible, we have to reduce the operating costs, and we have to use effective equipment. So that's the reason why we want to talk about making our own equipment and not relying on other people. So what we are doing now that you have the iron from the processes that we have been discussing until now, it's time now to use that iron to make your own tools. So remember, in this course we spoke about making ovens. There are some goods that we are going to create at the school that are going to need ovens. Some of you will make their own power generating equipment. Some of you are going to be making robots. Some of you are going to be making soaps, cooking oils, lotions, hair products, and some of you are also going to be making rather process baking, yes, and running fast food businesses, and most of you are probably going to be doing farming. So all those industries, all those businesses will need tools that have been made by you, the iron smelter and the iron engineer. So you have to know the various tools, the various parts and components of those machines. Machines use gears. You have to know how to shape those gears. If someone who has been using probably a hammer mill to crush maize meal comes to you and says one of the gears have been broken, down, you can use your iron to shape make the same gear, and then help that person to continue with their business without any further disruptions. So how do you do that? Because you obviously do not know each and every machine and each and every piece, but once they give you a sample of the unit that is broken down, you can now be able to replicate it using your pieces of iron. Especially if it's just one gear, you can count the number of teeth that it has, you can measure the dimensions, and then with your solid piece of iron, then you can follow the steps that we want to discuss now in order to make that tool work again. A similar tool rather, but that is that works far much better than the one that is just broken down. So first of all, you have to gather the necessary tools. You will need a hammer, you need anvils, you need tongs and safety equipment such as gloves and goggles, and then you have to heat your iron. You place the iron in a forge or furnace and heat it until it is red, hot and malleable. What we call something that is malleable is something that is easy to manipulate or change shape, which is soft enough to be able to be beaten into whatever shape that you want. Then after that comes the main task, that of shaping the iron. We can use a hammer or an anvil to carefully shape the hot iron into the desired form. Remember, we said if someone needs an axe for you, their axe has broken down, you just take the one that is broken down, you just copy its shape and then you can replicate it using this method. Be sure to strike the iron with controlled and precise blows to achieve the desired shape. So after that, then you can then cool the iron, and once you have shaped the iron to your liking, you can allow it to cool slowly to retain its strength, because the main difference between you, the iron smelter, and the ordinary end user of the iron tools is that you have the equipment to heat the iron until it becomes soft enough to be able to be changed to whatever shape that you desire. Others don't have it because they only handle the iron when it is cool and hard. So after this, then you can then finish the tool. You can use traditional tools like files. You can use angle grinders to carve the iron into the object that you need. If you know how to sculpture it, then you can also do that. You can also use files or sandpaper to smooth out any rough edges and make final adjustments to the shape of the tool. So this is also optional to just to ensure the quality of your tool, or enhance it rather. You can harden and temper the tool. Depending on the type of the tool that is made, you may need to harden and temper the iron to achieve the desired level of hardness and durability. Please just note, ladies and gentlemen, that some of the tools that you'll be making are going to be used in machines that work at high speeds. So make sure that those tools do not break easily, because once something that is operating at high speed breaks, those objects are going to fly in various directions, and we don't want to imagine what's going to happen to the people who are going to be standing by. They might be dangerous, they might even be life-threatening if those materials are not of the right standards and the right kind of quality. So please be careful. Make sure that you use high quality iron, and make sure that when you are shaping them, you use the right specifications, so that the machines or the pieces that the machine parts that you are going to manufacture are going to fit in well and serve the purpose for which you'll be designing them. So after this, ladies and gentlemen, I invite you to watch the final video that is going to help you go through all these steps again and master them, so that you can be able to shape iron into various tools according to the specifications that your customers are going to come with to you. After this, you are going to be on the right course towards starting a successful village iron smelting and engineering business. We wish you all the best, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for subscribing to this course.